5 things I wish I knew before going to my first triathlon. Hi, welcome back to Miss Runs the World. I'm Veri, and today we're talking about the 5 things I would have loved to know before going to my first triathlon. Let's get started. First of all, open water swim is completely different than pool swimming. So if you've always trained in a pool and you're going for a triathlon open water, then please make sure to train that beforehand. And also, lake is not river. The river is not the ocean. You have different kinds of open water swims. So if you've always trained in a lake and then you suddenly have a triathlon in the ocean with the waves, with the salt water, maybe with some random fish, well, please make sure to train that beforehand. It's completely different, especially if you only train in a pool. It's really worth it to try it out. But very important, when you train for open water, please always make sure that there is someone who could potentially help you. So always stay safe, have a second person with you, also have the security equipment with you, because you never know, even if you're a super experienced swimmer, a cramp can happen in the middle of the lake and you don't want to drown. So make sure security always first. But if you want to feel better on race day, it's necessary that you will have to go and do some open water swims. And open water swim, keep in mind, it's not open water, not equals open water swim. It can be different if you're in a lake, if you're in the ocean, if you are even in a river. So I've heard about a triathlon where apparently it's like down the river. So I guess that's the most speedy swimming you could do. I should do that. Then, number 2, you don't need all the fancy gear. Basics are important, but you don't need to invest in the most aerodynamic stuff. Not if you're not aiming to be a pro, to have like the best time ever. If you are a triathlon newbie like I was or I am, then please make sure you have your basics, have your equipment you feel comfortable with. You don't need to pay 10,000 euros for a bike. I mean, it looks cool, not gonna lie. I would love to have that, but it's not necessary. It's completely optional. So have equipment that fit you, that makes you feel comfortable, and that is just easy to use for the triathlon. Don't make it too complicated. Don't invest in stuff you don't need or in stuff that would potentially even make everything more complicated because it's high sophisticated and you're not used to it. So keep it simple for your triathlon. 3, train transitions. Transitions are a real wild thing. So when you go from the swim to the bike and from the bike to the run, this time is called transitions, and it's gonna be, it's a fourth discipline. It's very hard. It's so confusing. You go out of the water and you feel like, oh my God, what have I just done? My legs cannot really walk right now. Where is my bike? And then there is this transition time and the transition area where you need to find your stuff. You need to find your bike. You need to change. So I remember the first triathlon, I was standing there, put out my towel and started, getting slowly ready, drying myself. And then I realized, wait, I'm in a triathlon. Probably I should hurry up. So if you don't train it, like I did, I did not train it, then please do that beforehand. That's my big recommendation. I should have done that for sure. Number 4, train your nutrition. Nutrition is important because nutrition is the fuel that keeps you going. So what I did, I came, I think, more or less without any food. I also remember I was so nervous. I had such a bad stomach at that day. So I was actually completely in a bad situation, in a bad nutrition. And this made it even worse for me. So please train beforehand. When will I eat? When is it even possible to eat? So in the transition or in the run or on the bike, learn how to eat and drink properly on a bike, in the transition, in the running. Just learn it, because in the competition you will need it. And even for you don't need it in the training, you will need it in the competition to just feel good, to just be able to do your performance. So very important thing. And now Number 5, and this is probably the most important thing, and this is something I always need to keep in my head. And it doesn't matter which competition, if it's a running, if it's a triathlon, anything. No one, really no one will care how you look and what you are doing. The others are all in their own race. So if you feel like, oh, maybe I look stupid, maybe my technique doesn't look too good, or anything like that, the other people, they don't care. They're in survival mode. So please don't make your mind up about what could people potentially think. You will not look as cool as the dude with his arrow helmet. You will not swim as good as the first one. And for sure, you will not run a record in the end. But it doesn't matter. You have to feel comfortable. And if this is in your outfit that is, I don't know, from 10 years ago, then it is how it is. Then do that. If it is a technique you just learned, then good for you. You learned a new technique. It doesn't matter if anyone else says something. So just to say that, I have a friend. He just did the Ironman in Hamburg, and he was breast swimming like that. He cannot crawl, so he did it anyhow. He's an Ironman now. So don't think about you need to be perfect, because you don't. You just need to start, and then you can improve step by step. So, and these were my 5 most important things for starting your triathlon. The things I would have loved to know before to just make me feel better, to enhance my performance. So do these 5 things, keep them in mind, and then have fun for your first triathlon. Let's go.